Yes, people. It's your host Shazad on the finished article. We're back again with another edition of Fergie Time. I'm going to be joined by my co-host Shazad. Here he is. Without no further ado, here is the host with the most shows. My boy Shazad, how are we doing, bro? How are you feeling after that? After the United Leicester game, bro? How are you feeling?
Well, first of all, let me say, hope everyone's well and staying safe. And you know what? On a positive personal note, it's almost the end of Ramadan. Eid's around the corner.
Hey, we've
Uh,
got to take the positives when there's always negatives, bro. You've got
there,
to do it.
there always is. As
But yes,
for
people, before we
uh,
do carry on, please hit the like button on the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave some comments on what you thought about the United and Leicester game. Um, what can I say really? Solskjaer played some. I don't know what he did. He didn't play the first team. Let's say that
I
he
tell you
gave
what,
two people a debut. He got Amad Diallo his debut in the Premier League, and he gave in Garland,
and Garland.
his debut in the Premier League. No qualms with that. I think Amad Diallo played all right. So did the other guy. Tuanzebe, I've always rated him. I think he's a good defender, and he
I
proved
think
it
I
today. He
did,
had
no?
some brilliant defending. Van der Beek, I'm not 100% on that guy. He didn't have a bad game, but he didn't have a really good game. I think this was his chance to prove he was worthy, but he didn't. He didn't
Interesting stat
basically.
on Van der Beek, but prior to today's game, he'd only played 34 minutes of Premier League football across the season, which is why he's been so inconsistent and hasn't had the form that he's had. But yeah, just thought I'd throw that in. But
Yeah, no, that's fine, man. That's cool. I mean, it wasn't a bad game on United's side. The first half was better than the second. The second half, Leicester were all over us there. It's like we couldn't get the ball out of our own half for the first 30 minutes of that half. Um, you should, like the commentator said, you should never make substitutions when you're defending a set piece. And it showed today. United put Cavani on and Rashford on, and boom, Leicester scored literally at that corner. Um, should have either done it a bit earlier in the game, or he should have waited till after the corner to make that sub. I think it just threw a few players off on positioning, and that's where Leicester scored.
I mean,
Yeah, it was a lackluster performance from United that saw them being defeated again at home as well. Old Trafford, as the name says right above me here, Old Trafford. We were beaten at home by Leicester, and I don't think we should have lost this game. And I don't think Solskjaer should have made as many changes as he did. Maybe he should have played Pogba or Fernandez, but not both of them. He had the option of playing McTominay. He didn't play McTominay. He could have played Lindelof. He didn't play Lindelof. He could have even. I don't even think
you know what? He
Martial.
actually
I don't
he
even think
actually
Martial. I think he's still injured, isn't he, Martial?
Martial's injured. You know what? Actually, he played my first choice centre back because I've always wanted to see Bailly and Tuanzebe play. I thought they were good. In fact, they didn't actually have a bad game. I think from my perspective, and I think most fans' perspective, you're just
Yeah,
disappointed with the way it ended. Because as we know, Man City are now crowned
yeah.
champions.
City are going to be celebrating tonight because United lost, and that loss gave them the Premier League for this season. It's guaranteed to them now. And that's the upsetting part that United losing gives City the title. Yeah, there's only 2-3 games left in the season, but we could have dragged it out to the end of the season if we wanted to, if we kept winning these games. But no, it is what it is. We were gonna. You can't win every game unless you're the Arsenal Invincible side. You can't win every game or draw every game, bro. You're gonna lose some games. And you know what? Leicester winning gives them an opportunity to get Champions League football, so that's a plus for Leicester. It probably takes away from Chelsea and West Ham catching them, so it's a positive for Leicester,
Yeah,
but
I
it's
think so.
negative for United, and that's what we need to be talking about, the negative on United's part.
I don't know. Well, I don't know if I've had time to think about it since I had that rant on the phone. So basically, no one likes to lose, but you got to understand that Alanga played well. Well, I think he made some good runs.
Mm.
For me, Amad Diallo, glad to see him actually on the side for a change. He did well, set up the goal for Greenwood. Greenwood always
He did, yeah.
great goal by Greenwood. I think the goal that United conceded was just a bit of poor communication at the back. But you know what? I've had time to think about it. We're second in the league. We're also in the Europa League Final. We need to be basically thinking about that now. We've got Liverpool on Thursday. I think he'll go back to his full 11.
You're right though, Shaz. You're right.
I think, and we're going to touch upon this episode at the end of the season, but this highlights strength in depth. So myself and Shaz talked about it yesterday. Playing youngsters is not a bad idea. But if you looked at our midfield apart from Elanga and Amad Diallo, I don't think we had much pace. Matic, whilst he's a good holding midfielder, he doesn't have legs. Mata, you could tell he's not played in a while because...
To be fair, we had too many midfielders that weren't doing anything.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So we had Van der Beek, Matic, and Mata. Now, don't get me wrong, Mata, I've always rated Mata. Even when he was at Chelsea, before he came to United, I've always rated Mata. Matic, yeah, you bang on. He's a good holding midfielder. He's good at defending, but he's not good at getting forward. And Van der Beek, he's still young. And it showed today that he's had the lack of match experience in the Premier League. The commentators even said he's played 15 minutes in the Premier League this season, and now he's started a game against Leicester. I mean, he should be brought on. Yeah, he should be playing more, but he should be coming on as a sub to get experience first, and then getting a full game or to start a game. I don't know what Solskjaer's doing with Van der Beek. It just seems a bit off that he's bought this player. He's bought this young player who's really good, but then he's not playing him the way he should be. He's not playing him in the positions he should be. He's not giving him the game time he should be. It's just mad.
No, I agree, and I think it's when we look at it at the end of the season, we'll look at the bigger picture. I think in the heat of the moment, we both frustrated our frustration, which is not because
I'll be honest with you, Chaz. I'm not really frustrated with the result. I'm upset that we've lost to Leicester, but I'm not really frustrated that we lost the game because we didn't play our strongest team, and it was expected. If you don't play your strongest team, you're not really going to win, are you?
No,
let's be honest.
That's true.
Now, just speaking about Van der Beek before we go on, if Solskjaer was buying a player like Van der Beek, like he has, and he's not going to be playing him, what was the point in buying him? And B, if you're not going to be playing him as much as you if you're going to be playing him as much as he has, which is hardly any, why not just send him out on loan to get that first team experience somewhere else?
You don't buy a player of Van der Beek's quality and send him on loan. So
but you don't buy a player of Van der Beek's quality and not play him, bro. That's what I'm getting at. If you're not going to play him, send him out on loan to get his game time and experience.
I'm going to answer your question. So my theory behind that is, and I've always believed this throughout this season, when he signed, it struck me as a bit confusing. Why? Because he actually fits Ollie's type of player, young, energetic. He's a good player. He's a
good player. Don't get me wrong.
No, I just want to finish on this point. So, Shaz, you're absolutely right. He should get the minutes. He should be getting the exposure. And this was a perfect game. But the problem is, Shaz, we've both been fasting. If you then ask me to go and do a 5K run tomorrow, just blast out, you know for a fact that I've had a whole 4 weeks off. So I'm going to be slightly off it. Therefore, it's about game management. You've got to look. If you've got Fernandes, if you've got Pogba, what you need to do is play Van der Beek with these guys, because effectively what Ollie did today is he said, "I want Van der Beek to go and play Fernandes's role, Pogba's role, combined, if you like." And the guy has played all season, like you said, 15 minutes. So the guy isn't going to be able to do anything. Plus, if you looked at some of the passing from both sides in the first half, I think it was just very lackluster. It was going. I mean, I'll be honest with you. The Leicester result basically means that Man City are now Liverpool are now 9 points away from qualifying for the Champions League. So I think they're pretty much
That's
out.
not happening.
That's not
Liverpool
happening.
Liverpool are not 100%. Liverpool are not getting Champions League football. I don't know where that's come from, Shaz, but Yeah, they're 9 points away, but then you've got Leicester, Chelsea, and West Ham and
But that's what I
other
mean.
teams in front of them.
I think they're done for. I mean, I'm just going to wrap it up by saying, you know what? I think this just highlights the fact that Ollie needs to learn to rotate his squad. I mean, this season, and you know, the funny thing is, this is the one thing I did laugh about after we spoke. The one game he doesn't play McFred, it's like
Is the game that we lose, bro.
the game we lose. So
There. You don't like that McFred partnership, but we need that partnership, bro.
that's
Come
what I
on.
mean. You played him today because I would have said those are the two guys that can at least
Yeah. They would have handled that
manage the
midfield on their
midfield.
own.
Yeah, manage the midfield. You let Van der Beek go forward, and then you tell Alanga and Ahmad, you go do what you
That's
got
the
to
thing.
do.
He played Van der Beek in McTominay or Fred's position with Matic. And Van der Beek's not a holding player. He's not a defensive player. He's an attacker. He's a forward player. And I think that's why he didn't have a good game because he was playing too far back from what he's used to.
Mm-hmm.
Now the little thing down there does say he was forced to rotate the lineup. Now that's not my comment. That is purely from my boy here, Shaz. Shaz thinks that he was forced to do it because of the congested fixtures,
give you
but I'll
context.
let him explain.
Let me give you a bit of context. So yes, I deliberately said forced. So I said forced because all season we have seen United, and one way I respect Ollie for doing it, and one way I'm kind of hampered him. So when I say forced, it's because he didn't use the depth of the squad he had with him. So when he had the chance to play Van der Beek, he didn't play him. When he had the chance to play Ahmad, he didn't play them. Like the Real Sociedad second leg when we were 4-0 up. These are the games you give to these guys so that they can get into the side. But because you all of a sudden throw a makeshift or look at Brandon Williams, great player. I think he's a great young talent. But if you looked at him today, the guy was rusty as hell.
I'll tell you why, though. I'll tell you why on that, Chaz. Brandon Williams is a left back, not a right back. And he was playing in Wan-Bissaka's place because he's rested Wan-Bissaka. So Brandon Williams isn't really that's not his preferred position, a right back. He plays left back. And let's be honest, left back and right back are similar positions, but
did we really need to rest the right back and left back? I don't understand why we did that because
say that again. Sorry.
If we really need to rest both of them, like Luke Shaw and to
fair enough, yeah. Resting Luke Shaw is fine because Alex Tellez is still a good player. I think they're both as good as each other when they want to be.
Yeah.
Resting Wan-Bissaka, I probably wouldn't have rested him in this game. I probably would have played him in this game and then played him in the Liverpool game and then rested him for the next game, ready for the Europa League Final. Now, just commenting on what it says, that he was forced to make that, rotation. I don't think he was forced to do it. Like Fernandez came out over the weekend, I think it was, saying that 90 minutes every 2 days isn't enough football for him. He said he'll play every single game as long as the manager selects him. As long as he's not injured, he said, I'm up for a selection. So with him saying that, he didn't need to be rested today. And it showed without Fernandez what United are like. Absolutely crap in midfield. We rely on Fernandez that much that when he doesn't play, the players don't know where the creativity is going to come from or the spark's going to come from. Yes, Mata is a good creative player, but he's a bit slow in his age. Ahmed Diallo is still young, and Mason Greenwood is still young, so they couldn't do it on their own. And then you've had Alanga as well, who, making his debut, he can't be expected to take that role in his first game. So that's why I was saying earlier, bro, when I say that he should have either played Pogba or Fernandez and let one of them rest and then swap them at half time so they get like half a game each or something.
Yeah.
Because that way you've still got that creative spark from either one of them in the team.
By that,
and if he did that, we probably would have won the game if he did something like that.
No, by that logic, I agree because I reckon he should have then put his strongest lineup in the first half and then taken him off.
Not even his strongest lineup, bro. I mean, play with that back four that he had. That there was nothing wrong with the back four. Brandon Williams, he didn't have a good game because he was playing out of position, but he still had a decent game. Tuanzebe was solid in defence, and so was Eric Bailly. And obviously Tellez speaks for himself. He's still, he's a good left back. play with them at the back four, but have the creativity in midfield to win the game if you're going to play with a back four that like that.
No, that's fair enough.
Even he could have started with Cavani. I mean, if we started with Cavani, I think Cavani could have sparked something even on his own without Bruno or without Pogba because of his movement, because of the way he moves off the ball.
I think this is the problem. So you've just hit the nail on the head. So when Cavani came on and Tellers was putting the ball in the box, if you'd have given him a bit more time to fine tune his crossing for Cavani style, we would have nicked the goal.
We would have scored easy, bro. Easy. Now I'm going to jump onto. I mean, I know we've been talking about quite a lot of the negatives during this game. Not during this game, during this video, sorry, because obviously we've lost. We need to speak about the negatives because that's, I'm not going to be biased. Like, I'm not going to say United had the best game, but, we should have won. We were robbed. We weren't robbed. Leicester played better and they deserved the win. So hats off to Leicester. But speaking on that, let's look at the positives. United are now in contention to finish second in the Premier League, which is probably the first time they're finishing second in the Premier League in a long time. And we're in the Europa League final, so we've got that to look forward to. So either way, United are now guaranteed Champions League football, I think, for next season.
Yeah.
So whether we win the Europa League final or not, we're still guaranteed Champions League football next season. But saying that, I want us to win that Europa League final. I want us to win that trophy.
There's a bigger reason. So the winners of the Europa League and the winners of the Champions League at the start of next season fight off for a one-off.
The World Super Cup or something, I think it's called. Cup, but I'm not expecting City to win the Champions League, so it's not going to be a Manchester derby for that, bro. I'm just gonna throw that out there now.
By the way, if you put it like that, if there are any Chelsea fans winning, you know what? If you beat City, we'll be your best friend, mate.
Listen, fact, you know that game, I will buy a Chelsea shirt and wear it just to make sure City don't win. I cannot stand City winning the Champions League. That you'll never hear the end of it from the City fans. They'll all jump out of the woodworks. Like when City started winning and they started winning the Premier League, you started seeing Man City fans pop up out of nowhere. I mean, I had 4 pop up at work where I used to work, and I didn't even know there were City fans until City won the league. Come on, bro. And like now they're going to win the Champions League. There's going to be more of them popping up out of the woodwork, man. Nah, man, can't be having that shit.
No, that's true. But yes, as Shaz touched upon, looking forward to the Europa League final. It depends. Remains to be seen if Harry Maguire will play. But I think based on tonight, I mean, I'll be honest, I've seen Villarreal play. I don't think we have anything to worry about. I think Tuanzebe and Bailly can adequately cover.
Do you know what? I think it'd be interesting to see if Harry Maguire doesn't recover from his injury before the end of the season. It's going to be interesting to see who he partners up in central defence because he's had Lindelof paired with Maguire for a long time. So now to change Lindelof's partner, it's going to be an adjustment for Lindelof, and the team obviously. But he could just change the whole partnership. He could put Tuanzebe and Eric Bailly there. They had a brilliant game together. They had a good connection. They had good chemistry together. So that's a good partnership going forward. And I'd like to see Tuanzebe play more. They're saying that I would prefer Tuanzebe partnered with Maguire.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
I'd love to see that. I don't want us to buy another central defender. I want Tuanzebe to make his way into the first team as a regular, overtake Lindelof and partner Maguire in central defence. That's all I'm going to say on that. And that will happen. You heard that here from me. That's my prediction. That will happen in the next either next season or the season after. Tuanzebe will prove that he is going to be our number 1 or number 2 central defender. He's going to be in that partnership with Maguire. Boom! You heard it here, bro.
I don't disagree, and I for one, I'm a big fan of Axel Tuanzebe. I think he's a class player. I mean, both myself and Shaz have raved up on him.
I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. I play the guy in defense on Football Manager, and he turns into one of the world class defender every time, bro. Every time.
And those what's the PSG game earlier this season, the Champions League? How Tuanzebe had Tuanzebe had Mbappe and Neymar in his pocket. I think
Yeah, I mean, look at that. The guy's come from the United youth team and academy, and he's got players like Mbappe and Neymar in his back pocket. Man, come on. Why wouldn't you want him partnering Maguire, man? That's a
well,
beast
yeah,
partnership. But
as
yeah, bro,
but
I'm gonna leave it there, bro, because if you look at the time, there's about 10 minutes left to open our fast. So I'm gonna leave it there. But before we go, as always, hit the like button on this video and the videos that you like. Subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments on what you think, what we've talked about. Let us know what your comments were or your thoughts, sorry, of the game. And we'll be back on Fergie time and with other videos as well. But I'll leave it over to my boy Shaz just to finish up and wrap up.
you know what, and good old fashioned as the title says, Fergie time. We're gonna leave you with a nutshell that we'll be back on Thursday after the Liverpool game to cover and get our thoughts on that. But until next time,
That is if it's not Eid on Thursday, bro.
yes.
If
So
it's
we're
Eid, I
back.
mean, you're having Eid on Thursday, but I'm not 100% sure yet. So I'll let you
We
know.
will let you know, but guys, stay safe, and until next time, take it easy.
No worries. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and speak to you next time.